now basically saying,
Mitch McConnell there on ABC This Morning this week. Those comments come on the heels of a report due out this week on consumer spending and personal income. And that news is not expected to be good. Joining us now, Gene Marks, president of the Marks Group and a columnist for the New York Times and Forbes magazine. Hey, Gene.
Hey,
thanks
Joyce,
for coming in.
Good to see you again.
Okay, so what can we expect to see tomorrow? You haven't had any good news lately.
I know, it's really going to be a trend, isn't it? I'll try and boost you up a little bit with some good news. First of all, tomorrow, not expected to be great news. Consumer or personal spending numbers are coming out, and personal income numbers are coming out as well. And I hope, Joyce, you've been spending some money, because I don't know if the rest of the people in this economy are. The numbers are expected to be flat or even slightly down. Now, on the slightly good side is that this week, consumer confidence numbers are supposed to come out. The last Tuesday of every month, the Conference Board comes out with their consumer confidence. It's based on a poll of 500 consumers, and that number is expected to be slightly up, mainly because gas prices are going down. People are hopefully feeling a little bit more confident about buying. But so far, the spending numbers are not expected to be that great so far.
I've been spending a little bit too much, Gene. I got to back it up a little bit. But what part does personal debt play in consumer spending? Are we just not buying because we already owe too much, or we just don't have it, or are we afraid?
You know, it's funny that you say that, because it really isn't just that. In fact, if you look at like personal debt as a percentage of our disposable income, that number has actually been going down over the past 5 years. It's one of the lowest that it's been in the past 5 years. And the same thing with our savings. Our savings rate have actually gone up as well. So you think like, boy, savings are going up, debt's going down, shouldn't consumers be spending more money? But that's really not what's happening. And I think you and I both know why. I mean, like you reported at the beginning of the hour, you know, our home prices are going down, and that's a problem. And the same thing, stock market is down. So when we're looking at high unemployment, when consumers are looking at the economy being where overall market conditions are still pretty soft, people are just not in the mood to spend a lot of money.
Speaking of housing, not expected to be good this week either. Is anybody's home worth anything anymore?
Well, not according to the Case-Shiller Index, because that's another report that's going to come out this month, and it's going to show that the average index over the past 3 months is still trending down, which is really kind of a bummer for a lot of people that are trying to sell their houses on the market. So, you know, we're looking at, you know, real estate prices still being really, really soft. You know, will we see an end to that? Are we kind of hitting a bottom there? I mean, we're like, again, as reported earlier, we are kind of back to 2003 levels of real estate prices. The Philadelphia levels have stayed pretty good, but, you know, we're still trending a little bit down. So we got to just keep our fingers crossed those numbers are going to go up soon.
Okay, finally here, you got another chance for good news. Gene, the report is due out at the end of the week on manufacturing. What can we expect there, and why is that important?
Yeah, not as widely as covered, but really, really interesting, and particularly for economists that are tracking the economy. The ISM Manufacturing Index is always reported this. This is the Institute of Supply Managers. They go around and they poll supply managers around the country as to what they're buying and whether or not they're purchasing a lot. That index is actually expected to trend a little bit up, particularly coming off of last week's news that durable good orders were coming up and the gross domestic product numbers were ratcheting up a little bit. People that are in business that are buying some supplies, we're expecting to hear that they're starting to buy a little bit more. Hopefully, that turns into more jobs for all of us.
We sure do hope that. Gene Marks, thanks so much for coming in. Good to see you.
Thank you, Joyce. Take care.
Okay, well, what does